Happy Wednesday, everyone! Thanks for attending Pitch Please, the Art of the Killer Pitch workshop featuring Precious Williams. My name is Claudia, and on behalf of the Latinista, welcome. A little bit about me. I'm a Latina from New York who's now converted to Angelino. I'm in Los Angeles now. I'm also a singer and an avid vegan cook. You can check out my recipes on Instagram at the Amateur Vegan Kitchen. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Latinista, we're a national network of Latinas and women of color invested in career and leadership development. Today's guest is Precious Williams, the Killer Pitch Master. Precious Williams, also affectionately known as hashtag Killer Pitch Master, can help you hashtag slay all competition with her killer elevator pitches, media pitches, and investor pitches. Precious is a world-class master communicator who works with successful entrepreneurs and speakers to help them take their professional pitching and speaking skills to the next level. Precious, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to pass this on to you now. I hope.
Okay.
All right?
Yes. I hope I can do this right.
You're all good, Precious. All good. Everyone, welcome, Precious.
Hey, everybody. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. All right. Give me 1 second, everybody. I always feel like the technology right in the beginning always goes crazy. So, good day, everyone. My name is Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious, and today is Pitch Please, the art of the killer pitch. I'm so excited that you guys are here with me today. I don't play any games. We're going to have fun today. So, if you have questions, put them in the chat. We're here to really support you. As a 13-time national elevator pitch champion, I have fun with pitching, and you're going to see why today. That means elevator pitching, media pitching, investor pitching, and speaker pitching. How do you get found in a crowded marketplace? How do you stand out? How do you attract clients and customers to you? I'm going to teach you how today. So it's July 2020. What time is it? What time is it, ladies? It's time to create. It's time to unleash. It's time to get out there. I know we're in the midst of a pandemic. We're in the midst of, social unrest and an economic downturn. The reason why I still think it's important for you to be visible right now is because if you're not, people don't know what to do with you. They don't know if you're consistent. They don't know if you're persistent. They don't know if they can trust you to be there when times get rough. So what I want you to think about is this is not business as usual at all. Because it's business unusual, pitching is so much more important now. And so when I tell you that it's very important for us right now to stay top of mind with people, it's very important for us to stay in their faces and let them know what we can do, it's time. So like Morris Day said, what time is it? So here's a situation I always want to tell y'all about. How do you win a no-win situation? You rewrite the rules. So you're thinking, what does that mean? Back in 2011, I just wanted to start my first company. I was a former attorney. I really wanted to start a lingerie company for plus size women called Curvy Girls Lingerie. The truth of the matter is, I had no money to get started. I quit every job I had, every associate position I had, and I really just wanted to get started. Now I had negative $400 in my bank account, which sounds so crazy, right? How do you start a company with no money? No, I didn't know how to design. I didn't know how to do anything. I apologize. Everybody. I really had no idea how to do anything, but I knew I was supposed to start this company. I knew I was supposed to. And so being able to do that required me to have money and to do these things. So I remember telling my friends, I'm going to start Curvy Girls Lingerie. We're going to do this, that. We're going to be on television. We're going to do this and that. And they said, first of all, you're too fat. I was 327 pounds. You're too fat. You're too black. Nothing's going to happen, right? Okay. And I was nervous and I was scared. I was like, I really want to get this off the ground, but I've never run a company before. I got this thing in the mail talking about here in New York. And God told me to go. Now, y'all know I didn't have $300 for the ticket. I didn't. So I got a credit card, put the $300 ticket on the credit card, put on my best Calvin Klein dress, and I went. When I tell y'all, when I tell you, CNBC was a media sponsor and so was MSNBC. So I walk in and I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? I don't even know I had no business course, no nothing. Someone told me, welcome to the producers at MSNBC. So my best Calvin Klein dress, my best shapewear, I was sashayed over to them. They were laughing, joking. And they look at me like, and I was like, mm-hmm. And they're like, who are you? I said, well, I'm glad you asked. My name is Precious Williams. I'm the proud founder and CEO of Curvy Girls Lingerie. At Curvy Girls Lingerie, we're the ultimate shopping experience for full-figure divas and plus-size fashionistas. And when I tell you, they started laughing at me. They were laughing so hard. My feelings were hurt. I thought that was the best I had. I didn't know how to pitch. No one ever told me how to. It said, stop. No, no. Have you heard of our show, Elevator Pitch? Yeah, I know you have to act as if in certain situations. So I was like, of course. They said, we think you'd be perfect for elevator pitch. My first pitch may get me on national television. So then they brought over the host of the show, JJ Ramberg. She's coming over and I'm getting nervous. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to pitch. She gets called on stage to get an award. And so then they bring me her booking producer, a tall, elegant black woman. She walked up to me. I've heard of you, Precious Williams. Give me your elevator pitch. And I just went in. My company wasn't real on paper, y'all. I had no articles in corporation. I had nothing. I just believed I could do it. Halfway through, she said, stop. You can be on the show.
What? That's amazing.
Like there were tears in my eyes. And she says, can I have your business card? Yeah, I know I ain't had no business cards. So I told her, I said, oh, you know what? I've been here all night. I ran out of cards. She said, all right. She gives me her card. When I tell y'all, I don't know how I got home because I didn't have money to get there nor money to get home. But when I got home, I was emailing her. She called a few days later. She said, yeah, we're looking for your website. Y'all know we didn't have a website. So she says, what's your website? And I said, we're going through a rebranding process at this point. By the time we're on the show, we'll be ready. I said it with the utmost confidence because I had nothing else going for me. She's like, all right. When they came and picked me up in a Cadillac Escalade to take me there, cried like a baby. When they put me in makeup at Rockefeller Center, when I got on set and saw Melissa Harris Perry, Alex Witt, all these people, they were like, we're going to come see you. Do y'all know when I pitched, I got $500,000?
What? That's insane.
So when I tell you pitch please, like if we were saying it the other way, pitch please. Yes, I did that. My second pitch ever got me $500,000. So you might be wondering, how does this apply to you? How do you win a no-win situation? You rewrite the rules. Did you see how everybody kept telling me I was too fat, too black, too this? It meant that I wasn't enough. And when you're not enough, what do people do? Or you're not up to their standards, they push you to the side. But let me ask you this question. When has anybody ever done what you wanted to do? When has anybody ever stood out and did what you wanted to do? So how did I rewrite the rules? I didn't walk in there as like some fat black chick who didn't know how to dress. I walked in with my best dress. I walked in looking so cute. And I didn't say plus size women. I said full figure divas and plus size fashionistas. Had I said the other way, they wouldn't have paid me any attention. So think about what I just said. If you change your language, you change the game. And that's the art of pitching. What kind of words are you going to use to bait and attract your target market? How do you get the big boys in media to pay attention to you? How do you get investor dollars into your company? Think about that. Is the way that you're pitching yourself now going to be enough to get you to the next level? For most people, the answer is no. And I hope you guys can hear me. For most people, it's no. So when I say, are you ready to win a no-win situation? You have to rewrite the rules. We're in a pandemic, an economic downturn, and social unrest. Are you ready to rewrite the rules? I wish I could see y'all because I mean, I want hands raised and everything. You ready to rewrite the rules? Let's go. Next slide. Oh, shoot, it's me. So who am I? I am the killer pitch master. I'm a world-class master communicator, and that's really my personality. I've been a professional speaker since I was 16 years old. I'm 41 now. The doll is 41. I'm a 13-time national elevator pitch champion. I'm a 2-time #1 best-selling author on books on pitching. And yes, I've appeared on Shark Tank along with my clients. In fact, one of my clients right now, I'm finishing her pitch because she will be on season 12 of Shark Tank. So Forbes magazine, CNN, Wall Street Journal, movies, documentaries around the world. And I'm just a Black girl from St. Louis, Missouri. I always told I would never make it. But because I have the gift of speech, I've been able to make it. So that's why Pitch Please was created with you in mind. Never let somebody tell you what you're capable of because they're not you. They don't have your purpose, your gift, and your talent. So let's move on. I'm also known as a female MacGyver of business. You give me 2 toothpicks, ain't nothing I can't do. And I can help you get to where you want to go to. Perfect Pitches by Precious is my company that teaches confidence building, pitch and speaker presentation skills, communication skills, public speaking skills. I love teaching and training. Why? Because a lot of people don't have fun when they teach and train. I do. I love it. As you can see, the CEO of the Latinista, Yai Vargas, we were both on stage together, and this is where we met at the panel discussion on rethinking your pitch. I'll never forget it. She was at one end and I was at the other. And when I tell you, we decided from that moment forward, we're going to work together. That's the power of connection, and that's the power of pitching. So pitch please. The art of the killer pitch begins right now. Like the Temptations, you got to get ready. So what's essential to pitching? One of the things that's very essential to pitching is having confidence. The confidence to pitch, the confidence to speak to the right people, the confidence that if you're on LinkedIn and you see someone you've always wanted to work with, or you see an opportunity, go for it. What's the worst that can happen? You get told no, which just means not right now. Am I right? So when it comes to confidence, here are 3 ways to build confidence to pitch. You have to visualize yourself as you want to be in the future. Like when I was 5 years old, I knew I was going to be a talk show host. Was I a talk show host at 5? No, but I knew I was going to be one. And I kept that image in my mind all these years. And when I hosted my own very first show, my very first television show, my second television show, I never believed that a girl from St. Louis could do it, even though it was my dream. That gave me the confidence to get. Some of my clients right now include LinkedIn, Google, and Microsoft, eBay. I just spoke at NBC Universal last week. That is the power of pitching. You know, these companies are not just giving these opportunities away. You have to truly prove yourself. And when I walk into a room or whether I'm doing a virtual training, you have to own it. Number 2, affirm yourself no matter what you or anybody else says. You may think you're a bum, but when you hit that door or when you start training, you have to show and prove who you really are. So it doesn't matter what people say about you. When you show up, show out. And do one thing every day that scares you. Like, I'm scared to skydive. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but I love this picture because it's like confidence comes after you press through fear, not before. So the minute you take action, that's when things start to happen. And it's the same with pitching. Most of us are afraid of pitching because we just link it to sales. And it is. It's part of sales, but it's not the only thing. Pitching is what you put on social media. Pitching is also what other people say about you because they've heard you pitch so much. They can do your pitches for you. So if you're ready to skydive, let's go. So how do you pitch for the right job, promotion, business opportunity, or speaking? So I want to leave you with 2 truth bombs. Number 1, you are more Who you are is more important than what you do. We've been told something totally different in society. We've been told that what we do is so much more important than who we are. Let me give you an example. Today is a 3.5 year anniversary since I took my last drink as a severe alcoholic. You might say, what would that have to do in a thing for pitching? Let me tell you something. The more authentic and transparent you can be about certain things, you never know who's been in your shoes before and has been living a lie, not trying to tell people what they've been through, not realizing that authenticity and transparency is why people want to work with you. I posted it all over social media. It's going viral for me, right? So there's already 300 likes and comments and stuff like that. So that's a big deal. That means people are struggling and they need to see that somebody is doing it. Yes, I'm the killer pitch master. Yes, I'm clean and sober. You can trust that I can do the work. I'm not going to go out and party. I'm not going to go out and get wine and get toasted. No, I'm going to do the work because I'm happy. And that's me saying, I'm doing it. Who you are. What makes you who you are? What things do you bring to the table that nobody else does? Are you willing to stand in your truth and let people see you for who you really are and not the facade? The facade. And number two, let's take it from Beyonce, our girl, our golden girl. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I will get up after I fall. Whether I run, walk, or crawl, I will set my goals and achieve them all. Who's down with that?
Me, absolutely. Yeah, girl. I love that quote.
I love it. I love it. I probably post it once a month on social media
Mm,
because it's definitely her, but it's also us too.
mm-hmm,
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up.
mm-mm.
I'm not giving up. Not at all. I'm ready. I feel like I'm just getting started. So when you're pitching for the right job or promotion or business opportunity or speaking opportunity, what are you going to focus on? Are you just going to focus on, the skill set for the job, or are you going to bring your unique flavor to the job too? Beyonce is unapologetically her. I'm unapologetically me. Every time you see me, I might have a different hairstyle. I cut off all my hair on July 4th, Independence. I don't answer to anyone. And I stand in freedom. When you're ready to go out there as an entrepreneur, a speaker, an executive, how do you pitch? We know that you have to start with who you are, what you do. We have to, talk about your secret sauce. What do you do differently for anyone else? Who's your target market? What is what's your close? Like, what's your call to action? We all know that. So I'm not here to teach the basics. I want you to come at pitching from a totally different perspective. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not even in the right mindset, it doesn't matter if I give you step by step. It's not going to resonate, but it has to begin here. You have to know who you are is more important than what you do. I get opportunities from big companies, not just because I'm the killer pitch master, but because they know when I step into that room, I'm going to light it up. And I want you all to feel the same way. I walk in my inner Beyonce and I'm ready. Know why they should hire you, promote you, or give you a shot. This comes for customers, clients, corporations, media, all of that matters. So what I want you to do, if you want to elevate your game as a pitch, when you're pitching, I want you to make an inventory of your past achievements and successes. What did you do that nobody else could do in your job? Did you make a way out of no way? Do you have smart goals that you actually accomplished? Are you prepping in advance? Let's say you're going in for a promotion or you're going in to, talk about your salary. If you don't go in with your list of achievements, if you don't go in saying, this is what I have done, this is what I expect to get paid for it, you lost the game. You want to know at all times, what do you do differently from anyone else? And finally, I want you to take the hashtag 150 challenge. You should always have 150 reasons why somebody should trust you, should buy from you. should hire you, should promote you. You should have that. And you're probably like, well, how do I get that done? Well, you do the first 10 or 15, and then you ask your trusted network to help you with the rest. What does that mean? That means calling on your coworkers, past people who've been in your life that are influential, and ask them why would they work with you? How would they introduce you to other people? And that's you start writing those things down. When you get to 150, I want you to do an inventory on yourself. Just read it. That's going to give you the confidence you need to pitch yourself among the greats. It's the hashtag 150 challenge. I want to know who's with me because I'm taking it. Oh, I've already taken it. I love it. So I want you to take the hashtag 150 challenge. Now we're going to step into the power of focus. When it comes to pitching, have you really addressed your audience's pain points? What's the hardest thing about pitching? Is not really having a specific goal. You might say, oh, well, I want to get more clients. I want to do this. Okay, that's great that you want that. What does your clients, what do your prospects want? Do they want to nail a big contract? Do they want the graphics to attract their target market? As you're thinking about your pitching, make sure you keep your ear to the ground of what they really want. Most people, when they work with me, they want to have the confidence to get on stage and kill it. They want to have the confidence to go on LinkedIn and ask for what they want. And whether they get it or not, to have the courage to be able to do it. They want to know that if they stand before an investor, that they're going to get it or they're going to go to the next step, which is having another meeting. So, have you fully addressed their main pain points? They might have 10 pain points, but there might be two that are so important that they'll rock with you for the whole other 8. Number 2, what does your audience need to hear versus what do they want to hear? We're living in a day and age where people are watching the news all day long and just feeling bad. And you may think they need to hear more doom and gloom. No, they don't. They need to hear the positivity. They need to know what's possible. They need to know that they can still be making money right now. They need to know. And the only way they're going to know is if you decide to be different from everyone else. How do you be different? Look at what they're doing and do something opposite to it. And that requires focus. My audience doesn't want to hear that Corona means that every business is shut down, every restaurant. They don't want to hear that. They want to know, can I still make money today? Can I call up people and do sales calls? Yes, you can. What do they need to hear from you? Do they need to hear positivity? Do they need to hear empowerment? Do they need to hear that you're going to hold their hand through the process? And finally, are you offering something truly different or more of the same? What are you doing? That's the power of focus. You also want to know your audience. Who are they really? Not the audience you think you want, but who really needs your services and can pay for it. So we all know that not everybody can pay for your services. Not everybody's going to give you a promotion or a raise. Not everybody's going to hire you for something. So let's get very, very clear on who do you really want to speak in front of? Who do you really want to work with? Who do you really want to go to the next level with? What do they do specifically? Who have they already invested in? Who's in your industry? Because that'll tell you how to position yourself, right? So you want to think like that. You definitely want to be thinking like that. When you enter into a new situation, whether you're a new speaker, a new entrepreneur, a new executive, learn the lay of the land and see who has the power and the juice. Not who you think does, but who really has the power and the juice. That shows you who you should be pitching to. So these are things that you learn as a pitch master as you're going up the ladder. Because you might expect me to just say who you are, what you do, secrets. You can learn that anywhere. I want to show you the things that really took me to the top. I was homeless 3 years ago because of my addiction. And to think, right now I'm not. In fact, I'm moving into a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm in it right now. So think about that. And make sure,
Possibilities are endless.
I'm sorry.
The the possibilities are endless when you believe in
Yeah.
yourself.
When you believe in yourself and you pitch, right? And so not only that, humble brag on yourself. Some of y'all are so afraid to tell people what you've done. I'm not afraid. I invite the hate because you know what? People are tired of just seeing the celebrities doing their thing. Like they need to know that they can do it too. I don't need to be driving around in a Ferrari or a race. I don't need none of that. What I need to know is what I need my prospects and my clients to know is that I will be there with them through thick and thin. I want them to know that. And I can only show that if I show them who I really am, right? You want people to be like this about you. Like, I love her. I love her. I'm rocking with her to the end. Be a humble brag. You ain't got to throw it in their face all the time, but let them know once a week. This is flex on them a little bit. Flex. Flex. Seize the moment. Seize the moment. You want to capitalize on our allies. I bring this picture here. I was speaking at the Wing in Dumbo. And I love this picture because Yai and I were actually here together. Yeah, we were speaking together, and I love when we speak because you have my brown sister and I'm the black sister, and here we are. So if you have allies, utilize them, talk to them, let them know where you are. If you're struggling with something, see if they can help. Allies are allies for a reason. They care. And if you don't have allies, it's time to switch up your network. The reason why I moved so fast is because I changed my network overnight. I wasn't going to be around people who were at my same level. I wanted to be people that I looked up to them. And because I looked up, I challenged myself to step up my game, right? And so being at the Wing Dumbo, I never spoke there before. I spoke at the I spoke other places, but I never spoke there, right, for the Wing. And so what I want you all to know is that when you're having a conversation with your allies, I don't care what color, creed, race, age, sex, class, anything, ask for permission to set up a time to talk and have a real conversation. You want to ask for permission because what you're doing is you're doing research because you never know who they may put on your path. And this is part of pitching. This is part of the research. I want to give a shout out to Kelly Charles Collins, who gave me this information because she read a book on, basically uncomfortable conversations that lead to big things. So as you do this, talk about issues and concerns. Talk about how you all can help each other. And then ask for what you need and want and more. And don't ever forget to thank them for their time because that was a pitch too, that you both are pitching to each other, but you're also having a real conversation. So don't forget that. Your allies are here to help. And if you don't have any, start looking for the good ones because they're here. Raise your hands to do more in your current position. If you're unemployed right now, what can you be doing? Can you be learning about something? Can you teach others about something that you know something about? We're all conditioned to stay in our comfort zone. It's not comfortable to go into NBC Universal. It's not comfortable to go into television studios. But for me, the more people see what I do, the more they see what's possible. So take on risky opportunities that people say could never happen. Take them. You will grow in the process. I want you to bloom where you are planted and shine as bright as the diamond that you are. And then always look for ways to prove your talent, your skill set, and your abilities. Always look for those ways. Bring your passion, your energy, and intensity to everything that you do. Bring it. Don't ever get to a point where you do not bring your passion. Because if you don't bring passion, people are going to assume that you don't love what you do. So I want you to know, always bring your passion. I'm trying to be tempered right now just because I'm in the house, but I would usually be screaming and hollering right now. But show them that you're passionate about what you do. Always have a call to action, letting them know what you truly need from them. What do you truly, truly, truly need? So always let people know what you want them to do afterwards. Always take the time to thank people Make your big ask no matter what. You never know when the right time will be, but still do it. Always, and it's like Staples. That was easy. Let them know if you want them to download something, go to a website, do this and do that. Always have a powerful call to action. I'm going to take someone into the hot seat when we get to questions, if that's possible. So, would you all love to hear the part of my pitch that got me on season 8 of Shark Tank? I'm going to give it anyway since I can't hear anybody.
Yeah, just
Okay.
share it with us. Yeah.
Okay. Ladies, it's Valentine's Day. You finally met the man of your dreams. You know what time it is. It's time to find some sexy lingerie to set the mood off nicely. But you weigh over 200 pounds. What's a big girl in the city supposed to do? Well, if you're anything like me, then you went to Victoria's Secret and you found out that they don't even make a bra in your size. So then you went to Ashley Stewart and Lane Bryant and you didn't really like the selection. Finally, as a last resort, you went to Macy's, where your choices were black, beige, and white. Again, what's a big girl supposed to do? Well, that's why I created Curvy Girls Lingerie. At Curvy Girls Lingerie, we're the ultimate shopping experience for full-figure divas and plus-size fashionistas. And just so we're clear, there are over 40 million women, size 14 or larger, in the United States, just like me, and we all want pretty underwear. It's just too bad the most mainstream lingerie companies don't create any products for women my size. So again, that's why we created Curvy Girls Lingerie. At Curvy Girls Lingerie, we celebrate the beauty of curvy women each and every day. So you might be asking yourself, how do we make money? Glad you asked. Number one, we have an innovative website. Number two, we created our own direct sales model where women all over the country buy in and then sell our lingerie at their own home parties. It's fun. The story of how Curvy Girls Lingerie got created in the first place. Me meeting a very famous Hollywood actor who loved every bit of my 327 pounds, and how creating a company inspired the masses and created a movement. So we already had 50 stylists, and I barely advertised for it. And then number three, we go on tour around the world introducing our products. In fact, we did it in Milan, Italy, the first Black woman to do it from the United States. So when I tell you, that's how we started. And in less than 6 months, we crossed 6 figures. Not bad for a girl coming from St. Louis, Missouri, that
Not
nobody
at
believed
all.
in.
Wow, girl.
Yes. So when I tell you, Sharks, I think it's time. I think it's time you should get on the ride of your life. I think you should ride on the Curvy Girls train. I think you'll love where we're going. My name is Precious Williams, and my company is Curvy Girls Lingerie. Thank you. So that was part of my pitch. It was longer than that. And then when I go to networking events now, this is something that I usually will say. I'll say, ladies, raise your hands if you want to be a bad bitch with a power pitch. And women will start raising their hands, and men will start raising their hands. I'm like, no. Fellas, raise your hands if you want to be a bad man with a master pitching plan. Well, you come to the right place. My name is Precious Williams, and I'm the proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious, where I teach the art and the science of the most killer elevator pitches, media pitches, investor pitches, and speaker pitches. If you want to bait, attract, and close on each one of those industries, I can help you because I did it for myself and my clients. If you've already checked out Shark Tank, you've already seen my work. If you want investments, been there, done that. If you want all the media attention you could ever want, you want to launch a book, a product, a service, something, check us out at perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. My name is Precious Williams, and I am the ultimate bad bitch with a power pitch, and I can make you the exact same way. You ready? Let's go on this ride together. Precious Williams, CEO, Perfect Pitches by Precious. Thank you. So those are 2 different pitches, right? So when it comes to pitching, one of the things I also want you all to take advantage of is my free resource. So on my website, www.perfectpitchesbyprecious.com/quiz, you will take a free, yes, free 6 short question quiz that begins to put you in a process of how to create a pitch right for yourself. So I would definitely go to that site. I would definitely check it out, and I think you'll be pleased. You'll be over with the quiz in a minute. Here's some of the other successes that I've had, and Yai and I worked together over a year now. My clients went from never being paid to speak to now being #booked and busy and what paid. Clients have gotten their dream jobs making over 6 and 7 figures and even had the audacity to negotiate benefits on their terms. That's the power of pitching. Been on Shark Tank and other top business shows around the world and have received multi-million-dollar investments. And this is one of my quotes. It never gets old. I love what I do as a pitch master. My big ask is that if you enjoyed this presentation today or you enjoy listening to and watching me on social media, I would love to be able to speak to more women's empowerment events, conferences, and summits, whether they're virtual or live next year. I'm already a corporate trainer at LinkedIn, Google, Microsoft, and those, but I'd love to do it at more companies and corporations. If you can make a warm introduction for me, or if you know of an opportunity that with a big company, corporation, or a medium-sized company or corporation, or a nonprofit, please let me know. You can reach out to me and let me know, and maybe you can formulate a warm introduction, and I have all copy for you and everything. And I love speaking at colleges and universities, especially with teaching young people how to pitch themselves for the proper job they want right now. So my big ask is, if I've impressed you today, if I've done anything that stood up to you, I really want you to reach out to me and let me know that you would love to make the warm introduction. And I thank you so very much. That's my big ask. I also have a program called the Ultimate Pitch Perfection Program. And it's a 5-week program where I teach, and I'm going to show you what else I do because I want you to see the actual site. This is the actual thing, the actual page that you can go to actually learn more about what it is that I do. What is it I do in the program? But basically what I do is, by the time the 5 weeks are over, we're going to have a pitch party live for my network to see you. So if you really want to see if you can get some speaking gigs, I already had that lined up for you. I'll have investors there. I'll have media there. Like, there's so much that I can do for you. Not only that, I teach you how to locate the best opportunities for yourself, give you templates and checklists. So, no matter where you are in a day, like, I could be sending this out to this particular person. I could be doing this for that particular. I show you how to do a gap analysis to really figure out who you should be pitching to. And then if you think you have an avatar, your avatar really isn't working, it's because I've done away with avatars. And now we're going to go for your ideal client for real. And we're going to do it in a totally different way by really studying what other people have done and formulating one that fits you specifically. And yes, that's me with blue hair speaking outside of Microsoft. Yeah, I spoke at Microsoft this year. It was a January 2020 game changer. I spoke in their loft. And yeah, blue hair. That's what I did. So I want you all to know that there are opportunities for you to speak, get corporate training opportunities, get the investments that you want, to stand out in networking events. You have the power. And with the Ultimate Pitch Perfection Program, I show you how in 5 weeks. And then introduce you to some of those in my network who can make that happen for you. So please go to that website, https://bit.ly/ultimate perfect pitch. Here's my contact information. My contact information is right here. You can definitely look at that and take a picture of it. And I'd love for us to connect on social media. And finally, we're to the end.
Amazing, Precious. This was
Thank
so
you.
wonderful. This is
Thank you.
fantastic. Thank you so much. If anyone has a question, please enter it in the chat box here on your right side. I do have a question for you.
Please.
So in regards to your pitches are all, it's obviously because this is your job and it's professional. I
Uh-huh.
wanted to know, how can one use it as a personal pitch? Like, how I'm sure people are not realizing how they're selling themselves to, how they're presenting themselves to their friends, their family, and also I'm sure that by not having the right way of presenting yourself, that'll affect what you were saying, networking. No one's gonna think of you, right? How can someone be better, like personally pitching yourself?
So here's the thing. We pitch on a daily basis, whether you're talking about that no good man you're dating, that no good woman you're dating, that job you hate, you're constantly pitching. So wouldn't it make sense to be strategic about certain people that you're talking to, that you have certain things in mind? I really appreciate talking about that hashtag 150 challenge. Because when you're talking about, like, if you're just normally just out and about, here's the thing. You might be on a plane. You might be at the grocery store. I remember one time I went to the grocery store and my book was getting ready to come out, Bad Bitches and Power Bitches. When I tell you, I was standing in line and this woman, I don't know what it was about her, something stood out. And she said, maybe she said Kansas City or something like that. And I said, well, I'm from Missouri. She said, I'm from Missouri too, Kansas City. I said, St. Louis. And she was like, oh, we just got to talking. This woman was a CEO of a big company. And she said to me, she said, what else are you doing? I said, well, I got my book coming out. And she's like, you got a book coming out. What's the name of it? I said, Bad Bitches and Power Pictures. She's like, she was like, so when's it coming out? And I said, oh, it's coming out next week. And she was like, are you in pre-order now? I said, yeah. She said, I want 20. And do you know, 2 weeks ago, a government agency reached out and bought 125 of my books? Not bad for someone who was told no one would buy my books because of the title. But Forbes magazine reviewed my book. Did y'all hear that? Forbes magazine
Or
reviewed my book. I'm a Black woman. I'm not in corporate America like that. I go and teach in corporate America, but I'm not corporate. If anything, I see somebody put lipstick on camera. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm looking
yeah.
rough. But what I want you to do with your personal brand, the way you work in a job is the same way I want you to think about you. I really want you to think about you like that. I'm gonna turn this light off so you can really see me. I really want you to think about. Wait, maybe not. I really want you to think about how you want to show up in the world, right? So, how you want to show up in the world is you want to show up confident, poised, talented. But if you're just standing next to someone, you never know if they'll have the chance to change your life. If you don't talk to your coworkers about the things that you've been doing that are incredible, you're wasting your time. It's like one of my clients, she has a program called Damn the Praise, Where's the Raise? Because she said so many of us think that if we work hard, that's gonna be recognized. I'm like, mm-mm. You ever notice how loud people, you pay more attention to loud people than quiet people?
right. Yeah.
There's a reason. They're making noise.
Right.
So the humble brag, people say humble brag. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
girl. I'm speaking at NBC Universal.
Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, girl.
You know. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, what I'm really saying is, just like pitching is life. Anytime you're opening your mouth to talk, have a conversation, you're pitching. So with certain people, you have to really make it count. What do you want them to know about you? What do you want to stand out about you? Because you never know who's going to change your life. Ya and I met at an event and had no idea that we would be placed on opposite sides of the room. And we came together. And we probably done 6 or 7 trainings together
Right. That's
and made money together.
mm-hmm. True.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Yes, we have a question from Jennifer. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
what what do you do to develop that confidence in yourself? Are there any tips to help the passion coming through instead of the nerves and anxiety? Great question.
That's a great question. And let me just tell you something. I still get nervous before I speak. That's how I know I'm taking it very, very seriously. The truth of the matter is, people don't need perfection the way you think they do. They just need authenticity and transparency. I have given pitches, like I'm a 13-time national champion, right? I've never given the same pitch perfectly. Never. Because my mind will go and dance somewhere else. I'm like, I have 5-minute pitches in my mind. I have 10-minute pitches in my mind. And being able to just, so what gives me more confidence? The more I talk about my past. And the more I talk about being homeless 3 years ago, and now look at me now. I've done what most people would consider impossible, but with the love of God and with His grace and mercy, I was able to do it. People said, "Oh, I would never walk out of homelessness."
Hmm.
I did.
Hmm.
I walked out. Not only did I walk out, I'm in front of the biggest companies in the world, and I didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
They pay me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. I think we have another question just
So
popped up.
embrace your past. I'm not saying you have to tell everything bad in your life, but you want to tell us from a story of overcoming, not from woe is me. I'm not upset. 3.5 years of being clean and sober. I don't know about you, but that's bomb.
That is bomb.
And people can throw it in my face. You can run tell it. Martin Lawrence said it years ago. Run tell it. You can run tell anything you want to say about me. Let me tell it the best way,
Yeah.
the right way.
Yeah. It's funny. I've noticed also people when you refer to what some of us call as like your hidden self, if you refer to that from the get-go, from the beginning, you've referenced the elephant in the room. Now we're over it. It's done. Now how are we selling? How am I doing this? We You know about that. Let's move on. And I think that's really beautiful, and
Hmm.
it builds strength in you also, because the more you're saying it, right, you're like, wait, that is my foundation. That is why I'm Precious Williams. So,
Exactly.
right? Absolutely. I think we have another question here from, sorry if I say it incorrectly, Makovi. Precious, I've helped leaders put their best foot forward in corporate commissions, but I have stayed in the background for most of my career. Now I find it necessary as a solopreneur, and I find myself editing, refining, etc. before I'm comfortable with the quality. How do I move beyond the self critical stage? Any advice for breaking out of that?
Oh yes. Oh yes. So part of that comes from, people always say imposter syndrome. I actually think that we are more scared of how powerful we are than our lack. And I think deep down, that the more successful you are, it just comes with a different set of devils, right? And so when I was in my program, it wasn't like drug treatment. No, it was a life transformation program. They kept telling me get a high paying job, da da da, and I didn't want it. I knew what I was put on this earth to do. So you can choose to feed into your fear or feed into this syndrome, or you can take a step in the middle of a pandemic and decide I can do business as usual, or I can do business as unusual. I suggest you do business unusual and see where it takes you. I've made more money now than at any other time in the history of my company. You're probably like, how's that possible? It's because I refuse to be invisible. I refuse to be in the background. I refuse. It's like speaking opportunities come so fast to me. Like I'm really trying to figure out, okay, like, do I say no? And it's like, dude, I'm striking while the iron's hot because there are people who can't get one speaking gig. There are people who can't get in front of one investor. In fact, I spoke at a global pitch event as the only Black woman pitch master. There were 27 countries represented. I was on a panel with venture capitalists, angel investors, just investors. Do you know that I'm speaking today to a man who has connections at Netflix and CNBC about a show? That's how
Okay.
good I was. That the host that put on the event said everyone ranks you as the number one speaker. Now you might be like, well, what did you say, Precious? Listen, when it's showtime for pitching, nobody does it better. I'm ready to come out with the fire, the funk, and the energy. And I want
Fantastic.
you to be the same way. So do not play in the, if you want to play in the background, that's fine. But right now, the more visible you are, the more opportunities will come your way because people will know. And I want you to get on social media and ask for opportunities. Don't be sitting up here like, oh, I can't do that. No, ask. Ask your network, ask your networking groups. It's not about just what you do in that group at that moment. Call on people, let them know, listen, I'm looking for this. Do you know somebody? Da-da-da. Do it. You'll be amazed at how people know how to help you when they know how to really help you. It's not just about your business, it could be about other things too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted to touch on something we said, and we talked a little bit before we started this chat about verbiage, words, and how we communicate. And, you're the master communicator since you were 16, you said that you started. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been in hospitality for 20 years. So you have to be great at it. But some of us don't have that opportunity to understand the power of the word and the type of words to use for pitching, even in any aspect, professional or personally. How can one, I guess, consciously become aware of how you're saying specific words and the intent behind it as well, not only saying, because we all can say anything, but because what I'm gathering from you is not only are the words phenomenal and the things you're expressing are great and we're all about it, but the intent is what's selling us, and that's there, and we feel that passion even though we're not in the room as usually we would love to have you, but I can feel it, and I'm sure everyone on this chat can feel it. So how can someone who is not trained to do something like that become better at expressing and putting that intent to to make
So
that
here's
person feel it?
so this is a great conversation, and it goes back to something I said earlier.
Mhm.
Strategic. You have to be strategic about a lot of things, right? So learning to love language, learning to love the English language. You're not going to do that overnight. That's why I wrote the book Bad Bitches and Power Pitches specifically, because I was like, even if you never buy the book, you can go to Amazon and just read some chapters and you'd be like, oh, I get it. So you want to use power words. Like instead of saying like like Claudia, people say, "Oh, I help women do this." No, what if you use the word "I am hired to do this"? So you can help people all day long, but I get paid.
Right, right.
So think about it. So my coach, one of my coaches, Danielle Fitzpatrick Clark, she always talks about power words, and truly being able to set yourself apart. So many people say, I help women do this, I help men do this, I help corporate executives do this. And it's like, no, top corporations, Fortune 500 companies, corporate executives, top nonprofits, successful women speakers and entrepreneurs hire me to what hashtag slay all competition. I
Well,
do this way. That's totally different than saying, I help executives, I help women entrepreneurs. It's like it's cute, but that's what everybody does. So how it's almost like when Michelle Obama said, "When they go low, we go high." What can you do that's gonna set yourself apart? Like we really need to embrace difference for what it is. Not everybody needs to have blonde hair and blue eyes.
right.
Not everybody needs to be anything but who they are. You know what I mean? I didn't know I liked pearls until I was a member of the New York Junior League. And I think
Oh,
I rock pearls very differently from those women.
yeah,
Ridiculous.
yeah. Absolutely. I'm not gonna
Ridiculous.
disagree.
Because I'm ridiculous like that. I don't want to look like everybody else. I don't want to sound like everybody else. You know what I mean? And so what can you do to really stand out? I love wearing pink. And I don't mean like light pink or blush pink. I can do blush, but I like that in your face hot pink. Hot. And I wore it all last week, so I thought this time I can just be showing up.
Yeah.
And I got to show, I got more colors than that. But what I want you to start thinking is strategically, Claudia, and just like the other women who are on here, is what is your brand? What does your brand represent? Why are you hired? If you've never been hired before, don't let that get in your way. It's almost like P.T. Barnum and Bailey. Like you got to use some puffery though, because before you get your first client, what are you doing? Are you gonna say, "I ain't never been hired. I ain't never gonna get nowhere"? No. Who do you want to be hired by? And let's go get them. Get them.
That's it. That's it. That's it, girl. That's it. It's all about, because what it is, you're believing in yourself, and like for Jenny, I know Jenny, confidence, it's more about, like you were saying, that light, you know that you have that power, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like for us people of color, we have that fire naturally because we're always fighting for our
Yup.
rights, for all of this, to live, to be free. So I think innately that just comes with who we are. So it's just tap into that, because it is there. It's just tap in, and don't be afraid, because you're right. We're afraid of how powerful we are, not how weak we
Yes.
are. Right. So it's
Yes.
really, really strong. Um, Before I forget, I know you wanted to put someone on the hot seat. I don't know
Anybody,
what
but I don't know how to do them in a hot seat because I've never been on this. So can
I
they
can
talk
add
at all?
someone to be on the chat if you wanted.
Yeah, I want somebody to let's go in. Let's go in.
Who do you
I'll
want
let
to
you
pick
choose them.
for?
I'll let you choose them. Why don't we choose? You know, well, we see Jennifer and McCoy.
McColvey?
So why don't we do McColby since she's in the background? She
All
says
right,
she's always
all
in the
right,
background.
perfect. I'm gonna get off for a second. Macaulay, I hope you're free. We're gonna invite you on. She's gonna put you on the hot seat. If you don't want a video, it's fine, but we want to hear you.
Yeah, we just want to hear you. You don't have to be on
We
camera
just
if you
want
don't
to hear
want to,
you.
darling. And if not, then we can go with Jennifer. If
Okay.
Jennifer is,
We are. I think she's accepting and coming in.
Hi.
Oh, hi! How do
It
you
just
say your name? I'm so sorry.
it's McElvey, but you can call me
Macaulay.
Mac.
hey
Yeah.
Okay.
Mac,
Hi, Precious. It's so
how
great to
are
meet
you, love?
you.
It's so
Hi,
good to meet you
Yai.
too.
You
Are you
too.
enjoying this session?
I am so much, It's like I've been looking for like a communicator group or coach for so long. I'm a big believer in coaching, first of all. So
Right.
I'm just happy that Yai posted this on LinkedIn and I jumped on it and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah,
so I wanted to put you. I want to put you in a hot seat, and it's not really a hot
sure.
seat, but I want to really have a real like short. And Claudia, how much time do we have? I wasn't sure if we ended on the hour or 30 minutes later. I just wasn't sure.
Oh well, we have 5 minutes until the hour. So
Okay, great. So, Matt, this is what we're going to do. I want you to
Yes.
pitch yourself to me.
Okay.
I want 30, it could be 30 seconds or 1 minute, and I'm going to break it down and build you right back up. Is that okay?
Yes, please. All
So
right.
I, and so Claudia,
yes.
what we're going to do is we're going to give her 45 seconds, and I
Okay.
want you to tell her when to go, okay?
Okay. I will put a timer. Give me
We will
one
put a
moment.
timer on it and let her, and I want you to pitch yourself like you learned today, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Let her know when to go.
Okay. So 45 seconds. All right, Mac, you ready? And go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Go.
Listen, one time when I was in Haiti reporting on a story after an earthquake had ravaged the place, I had a chance to go to a part of the country that no one else could get to. And the way for me to do that was to jump in a helicopter, um, piloted by UN pilots, get
Mm-hmm.
in to that remote place, and then get back out. You know what I did? I didn't call my editor. I was on base at the UN, and they said, we're leaving in 30 minutes. You're either coming or going.
Right.
And trying to call New York to get permission just wasn't an option. So I jumped into the helicopter. I spent my 2 days in that part of town, and then I got back out and I got stories that no one else had and scooped all of these different big publications that were in Haiti.
Time's up.
And yeah, that type of drive, grit, and scrappiness, smarts, is what I bring to every engagement that people hire me for. And I want to do that for you.
Wow.
Okay. That was a
Wow.
minute. Still
Yeah.
not bad.
That,
Okay.
what? You did that. You did that.
You
First of
know how I
all,
did
let me
it,
tell you what I
Precious?
loved about what you did. Let me tell
Sure.
you, and I really want you to pay attention to this. And I want to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I'm on camera saying this to you so you have something to remember always, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting ready.
Yep.
I'm getting ready. Wait. Okay. So, Mac, what I really loved about it is you were really telling a story. You didn't say, hey, my name is this. This is the name of my company. What you decided to do was tell people this is how you've shown up in the world. You could ask for permission or you can beg for forgiveness later. What you decided to do was, I'm just going, I'm a beg for forgiveness later if I decide to do that. So, what I would love for you to do the next time that you decide to tell a story is make your story no more than 15 to 20 seconds, 25 seconds at the most, and then really follow it up with what they can really learn from that experience from you. If you say you're bold, in your face, aggressive, and you will help your colleagues, you will help your team get to exactly where they need to go, no questions asked. This is how you were able to do it. And if you want someone who's a go-getter, you want someone who's going to stand out, who's going to do this, you're the woman for the job. And this is how you did it, how you're going to do it for them, and that there's never any question that you're on top of your game. And then you didn't have a call to action. So
Right.
you want to have a call to action. What do you want them to do once they know that? Do you want them to go to your website? Do you want them to call you? What do you want them to do, Mac?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to have a conversation. I want to know what their pain points are and what I can do to help. Well,
And
what
see,
they
here's
can
the thing I
hire
want you
me
to do, and
to
I
solve
think
for.
we're almost out of time. I think we're almost out of time, but I will say this: for everyone who would love, and this includes you, Mac. I would love for you all. My email address is precious. And Claudia, can you put this in the thing because I know we're coming to the end.
Yes.
If you want a free 30-minute phone call if you want a free 30-minute perfect pitch strategy session with me, if you're considering any of my programs or you just want to, understand how to really get out there, email me at precious at
Mhm.
perfectpitchesbyprecious.com. And in the subject line, put free strategy session. I will then send you a link.
Yep.
And if it meets my criteria, I will personally reach out and say, hey, get on my schedule.
I
All
added
Does
it
right.
that
to
work?
the chat. I added to the
Yeah,
chat so she can copy and paste it. It'd be easier for her.
Okay,
it
great. And
is.
so I know
Got
we're
it.
at the end, and I love when we're like this because that means you all haven't dropped off yet. That means you really love what you're learning. I thank you all. Claudia, you've been
Thank
beautiful.
you, Mac.
Yai Vargas, CEO of Latinista. Thank you, Mac. Thank you for being in the hot seat. I look forward to working with some of you women. And if there's even a man on here, thank you so much. My name is Precious Williams, proud founder and CEO of Perfect Pitches by Precious, the ultimate bad bitch with a power pitch who will help you do the same.
Amazing. Thank you, all of you, for joining us today. And I hope that all of you stay safe and healthy during this time. And I agree. Keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, the Latinista Jai. Thank you all. Have a wonderful week. Love.
Bye.
Bye.